Hi, my name is Jay Taylor, and I'm standing in front of the Supreme Court in Lower Manhattan, and I'm standing here to read passages from Victoria Medina's book, One Nation, One Mission, One Promise. The reason I'm standing in front of the Supreme Court is because the court represents justice and equality. And I thought it would be a good motif to read certain passages because, let's face it, we're a nation of laws, and our development as a country and the way we have grown has all been made possible by laws. And the selection I've decided to read today is called American Spirit. And I chose this selection because I'm moved by the veracity of the words, the truth of all Americans living together and how that symbolizes the American spirit. American spirit. Somewhere in America, people walk along the street. Catholic, Protestant, Jew, Arab, atheist. The American spirit walking side by side. Somewhere in America, a park is filled with children playing. Parents, married, single, divorced. The American spirit. Families side by side. Somewhere in America, classrooms are filled with people reading. Young, old, cultural diversity perusing along. The American spirit, learning side by side. Somewhere in America, people are eating in a restaurant. Liberal, conservative, independent, socialist. The American spirit, eating side by side. Somewhere in America, an audience is roaring with laughter. Male, female, heterosexual, homosexual. The American spirit, laughing side by side. Somewhere in America are signs of freedom, religious, economic, political, educational, sexual. The American spirit, living side by side. That's the American spirit. And again, I chose that poem because it symbolizes everything that we as Americans stand for. And it also symbolizes everything that makes us great as Americans. The fact that we have the ability to live side by side and to respect all of the diversities mentioned in this selection is phenomenal. So when you consider other nations on this earth, and when you compare them to America, you'll begin to realize that our ability to rise up and become a great nation is because of our respect for the law, which enables us to respect diversity and live in an orderly fashion. Our founding fathers probably had no idea at the time how diverse of a nation this would actually become. But they crafted a document and they crafted a framework for governance that encouraged our growth as a nation to become who we are today. Who we are today and who we will become must pull the best from each of us. And understanding how to pull the best from each of us is to understand the basic precepts that are in this selection, to understand that we live side by side as Americans, to understand that we work side by side, we love side by side, we hurt side by side, and that we're all moved by the same things. Love of family, freedom, equality, all of these things that we want for ourselves and that we want for our children, they come from our respect of diversity because it's that respect that's going to allow us as a nation to act in a unified manner and rise up and become great. And I believe that's exactly what the Founding Fathers intended, and that's the framework they provided us with. And now it's up to us to continue the fight and to make the advances in working together and being together that we've made over the past 240 years. Thank you for allowing me to share my thoughts on the one nation, one mission, one promise, and the American spirit. Thank you.